Welcome to the Sports Betting Podcast from pregame.com for the week of December 9th, 2009. I'm your host, RJ Bell. I'm joined by Marco D'Angelo, 30 years in the business, Vegas runner, genuine professional bettor here in Las Vegas. This is segment 6 of 6, big game preview, Monday Night Football. We've got the 49ers, we've got the Cardinals. As usual, Vegas runner, you're the expert in line moves. Tell us about the line moves in this game.
Okay, Arizona opened as a 3-point road favorite with a total of 44.5, but they were -3 even money. So you had to lay -120 to grab the 3 with the San Fran
So a little
side.
less than laying 3.
Right. As of today, Arizona's -3.5, and the total's still 44.5. So a lot of money on the road favorite here.
Now, wow, that is a big move through, from being
even to now 3.5.
Yeah. So now the question is this a move where they're trying to get ahead of the public? A Monday night game? Arizona had a big win last week. Go ahead.
I think so. You took it right out of the words right out of my mouth. That's exactly what's happening here, and they've seen that the last few weeks with Green Bay as a 3-point favorite on Monday night, and this Sunday night game with Arizona is 3.5, and they're trying to beat the public to these games on these key numbers.
And unless otherwise guys come in at San Fran at 3.5, we know the public at minimum is only going to be, I think the betting is going to be 50-50 at best at the 3.5, meaning I don't see the public bringing it back to 3.
No.
So the wise guys have already won. They've already
got the best of the yeah.
They were able to lay 3 at even, and now they're laying 3.5 or taking 3.5. When they want to, they might be able to take 4
by game time
at
exactly.
110, and they've just made money.
Yep, and I wouldn't be surprised if it got to 4.
All right, so we can't be sure the wise guys like
Arizona.
All right, Marco, as a handicapper, what jumps out at you in this game?
Before that jumps out at me, I want to give your money away because I think it's getting close to Christmas and we're in the last segment and he hasn't given any money away
I
yet.
keep trying to delay it.
Keep trying to delay it, and I'm going to make sure because I got to take care of my people.
All right, do it.
All right. We're going to go with, we got a guy that's got a streak here at pregame.
A streak.
It's the streak.
The streak. Of the year.
Dwayne Bryant, 20 wins in a row.
In football.
The coupon is Streak 10. That will get you $10. Just go to pregamepros.com, put it in in the shopping cart. When you check out, you'll get $10 off. And yes, if you happen to buy something that's $10, it's free on RJ.
All right, no obligation, no credit card. $10 off, Streak 10, all one word. And we've got a guy, 20 straight football winners. The odds of that are over 1,000,000 to 1 against. Think about that if he was flipping a coin. 1,000,000 to 1 against. Pretty amazing. All right, so tell us about this game.
This game, I'll tell you what struck me, and I say it over and over again. Public perception. Vegas just overreacts to lines based on public perception. Do you realize that on the opening week of the season, Arizona at home, coming off a Super Bowl game, was only 4.5-point favorite over these same 49ers at home? They're laying 3.5 on the road to San, and it's not like they blew out San Francisco. They only beat them by 4, 20-16. This line is so far off the mark to me based on everybody watched Arizona last week. They knew where they were going to come. There's no way that this game should have been over a field goal.
And now you got a better quarterback with Alex Smith at quarterback for San Fran and not Sean Hill, who was at quarterback when the season opened. So you think San Fran
right now is playing better than they did in week 1?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not surprised that they're 5-7, and the future line on this game was a pick'em. So it supports what Marco says. I agree. This is a big-time inflated number.
I always have trouble with you is you think the number's inflated, so who do you like?
In this game right now, I've got a small lean to San Francisco, and the reason being, again, you've got to look at why numbers are what they are. Arizona was on the Sunday night game last week. Everybody saw them. So
everyone got crushed betting against them.
As you call it, a deceiving perception.
Right. The public saw what they saw, and what they saw was Arizona manhandle Minnesota.
So they were all betting.
And that's probably because Arizona's not a marquee team. They're not going to be on national TV that often. Part of the country, that might have been the first or second time they've seen Arizona all year. And they're going to draw a conclusion from seeing them one time.
All right, so we think it's a little little bit of value, and again, we're taping on Wednesday, and this is all the way to Monday. A little bit of value on Arizona. Couple trends here that lean, or excuse me, it's a little overinflated, so the value's on San Fran. Is Arizona has won 6 of 7 ATS on the road, so this has been a real turnaround. Last year they were great at home, bad on the road.
Yeah, they're 5-1 this year.
6-1 ATS, 5-1, like you said, straight up. And keep in mind, during that run for the Super Bowl last year, they played very well on the road in the playoffs. So they've had quite a run now of doing well on the road. In this series, the road team has covered 8 straight games. So for whatever reason, this has been a road series. So that goes a little bit the other way. What else jumps out at you, Vegas?
That this line is inflated. I looked at the LVSC number to see what line do their ratings make this. On a neutral field, Arizona would be 3.5. So playing in San Fran, this should be closer to a pick 'em, especially since San Fran's 1-5 on the road, which tells me they play a lot better at home. So I give a little more weight there, even though it balances out with how well Arizona's played on the road. But this line's at least 3 points inflated just because of that Sunday night win that Marco talked about.
It doesn't surprise me that Arizona beat Minnesota last week. I mean, both you and I had Arizona. What did surprise me was that they held Minnesota to 62 yards rushing. I mean, Adrian Peterson's the best running back in the game.
And the first time these two teams played, one team rushed for 25 yards, the other team rushed for 40 yards. So neither of them ran on each other.
But prior to last week holding Peterson, Arizona had given up 164 yards to Seattle on the ground, 123 to St. Louis, and 163 to Tennessee.
Wow, that's an interesting point, because what I've been hearing in the press is Arizona finally has an identity on defense, combined with that high-powered offense. Look out, no one wants to play this team. What you're saying is, through some quirk of game plan, through some, because sometimes you can coach things up a certain way in a certain game, do very well against a certain opponent. You're saying the perception that this D's much improved, especially against the rush, is a misperception.
Yes, and maybe a little bit of an angle, but the other team that handed Minnesota a loss this year was the Pittsburgh Steelers. Their style of what they did to beat Minnesota, Arizona coaching staff is all ex-Steelers.
Okay. So it seems like a lot of value on Arizona, though. I mean, the other side of this coin is this team really does seem to be getting a lot of respect.
You're paying for
with
it.
The experts. And let's be honest, is as much as the guys on ESPN don't understand sports betting, they understand football matchups.
Right.
I mean, they go to the NFL films in New Jersey, and they get to watch the I guess they call it the 22-man tape or whatever they end up calling it, where they get to see the whole field.
Right.
And they understand these teams very well. They seem very high on Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona, though, too, they're in first by 3 games, where last year they were fighting to get in.
So you're saying there might be a motivational issue?
Yeah, I think they're the type of team that historically has seemed to relax when they're in the driver's seat.
That's a good point, too. That's
motivational. This is a rare home game on Monday night for
San Fran. Yeah,
they used to be on Monday night all the time, but you got to go back, way back.
Another chance.
Is that old school to you, or is that recently?
Another chance for Alex Smith on prime time to show he's the quarterback for this team. Yeah. I thought the value was in San Fran myself.
Yeah, and
right
remember,
away,
to wrap up here is, with Samurai Mike as coach from San Fran, he's a high intensity guy. Even though they're out of the playoff picture, you got to figure you're going to get Max Stafford from San Fran.
Yeah.
All right, so in general, and again, it's early.
Yeah,
we'll say we got some
early.
leans across the board on San Fran. Yeah. All right, good show this week. Really good show. If you haven't, if this is your first video, or if you haven't watched them all, you can go to pregame.tv and watch them all. Or if you want to download and listen, you can go to iTunes and search for pregame.com. Remember, we'll be back next week, same time, same bat channel, as they say. Good luck.